Right. So you're positive. I listened to an interview the other day with Dr. John Anderson, our former Deputy Prime Minister. He interviewed Peter Hitchens, the brother of Christopher Hitchens, who's unlike Christopher Hitchens, Peter Hitchens is I think a very religious Christian. He is a conservative, but he is extraordinarily pessimistic. He doesn't think there's much hope for Western society at all. And I know Douglas Murray has lamented the strange suicide of Europe in his books. Where are we at, do you really think? And is there hope, or are we going to descend further and further into this? It seems our bureaucracy seems to be buying into this very heavily now, and we're seeing it creep into corporate bureaucracy very strongly now.
There's no doubt. I mean, in Australia, we're having a referendum soon about the voice, about putting Aborigines, Torres Strait Islanders into the Constitution and giving them the ability to directly influence the executive of government and government. And there are companies like BHP that are putting thousands and thousands of dollars into the Yes campaign. So corporates have become very woke. Our national airline, Qantas, every time you land somewhere, they do a welcome to country. They're now getting or arguing that you don't male and female air hostesses or hosties, male or female, you can wear whatever uniform you want. So we're sort of getting gender neutral. But it's interesting, even in darkness, I use the expression, people are lighting small fires. And I mentioned Virginia and Florida, and also around America, there are hundreds of liberal arts colleges dedicated to a classical education where young people are getting a strong foundation, a strong intellectual, moral and spiritual grounding to be able to think independently, to be able to be aware of when they're being conned, if you like. And in Australia, I was involved, I organised a conference last week. There are parents around Australia starting schools in a similar way from the ground up, fighting against government schools, non-government systems, establishing their own independent schools based on the belief that what you need in education is that intellectual, moral and spiritual basis. And so they're lighting small fires. And my gut feeling is, and we can't really judge yet, is in Australia the referendum on the voice will fail because there is an element of common sense in a lot of people, and if they're pushed far enough, if they realise that what they're being told is so offensive or wrong, I think they will stand up for what they believe in.